Hey guys, I just wanted to make a quick video for you guys today because several of you have asked me questions regarding the big flat that's surrounding YouTube right now, with YouTube filing basically thousands of copyright strikes against videos, mainly videos in the gaming sector. And a lot of you are concerned, don't understand exactly what's going on, and several of you asked me what I know about it. So I thought I'd make this video for you real quick. I know this isn't for everybody then, but we seem to have quite a few people here with us at CTSG that have concerns about it. So I just thought I'd make a quick video to explain what I know of the situation so far, and explain to you my limited knowledge of copyright law and how it pertains and how it works. So basically, the background is YouTube, as I said, has filed claims against thousands of videos for copyright infringement. Many of these videos have been online for months and months and months, and all of a sudden got hit. Well, why that's happening is in large part because YouTubers with multi-channel networks, such as me, we belong to Machinima. There's all kinds of multi-channel networks out there. Those YouTubers have always been protected by the network they're in. So basically, by being with Machinima, I had Machinima protection against these copyright, not necessarily against the copyright violations, but my videos were not picked apart by YouTube. They were not looked at closely for copyright infringement. And that's not going to be the case anymore. YouTube wants all these multi-channel networks to designate their users into two categories. It's managed and affiliate channels. Managed channels are going to be a very, very, very tiny small percentage of the channels within a multi-channel network. And they're going to still be protected by being under the umbrella of the network itself. The affiliates are basically going to be thrown to the wolves. They're on their own. In other words, they're going to have to deal with their own copyright strikes against their channel, so on and so forth. It sounds like they're also going to be subjected to that waiting period. Now, like when they put up a video, there'll be a waiting period before it can be monetized while the video is checked against YouTube's database of copyrighted material, which could cost people a substantial amount of money because obviously the biggest number of views come in when a video is first posted. Now that brings us to what YouTube is actually doing. What they have is a database of copyrighted material. They're comparing that database to videos that have been posted and videos that will be posted as they're put up. So in other words, they got this database of copyrighted material here, your videos here. When the system, it's not individuals, when the system looks at that video, if they find anything that compares favorably to this copyrighted database, bam, you get a strike. Now, is that always accurate? No, it's inaccurate a great deal of the time. As a matter of fact, I read an article recently, and the man had proof, demonstrated all the proof with screenshots, where he had a GTA 5 video up, and the sounds of the siren sounded to the system like a jazz song that's in the copyright database, and because there were sirens in the video, he got a copyright strike for this jazz song. Of course, it's ridiculous. If he contests the strike, I'm sure it'll be taken down, but that means he's going to be a good month or so while the process plays out where he won't get any of the monetization from that video, because when somebody files a copyright claim, they immediately start taking the ad revenue from that video. So basically, the system says that the YouTuber, the person who posted the video, you are guilty until proven innocent. As soon as the claim is filed, the claimant starts taking your revenue. Now, of course, that's already led to some people filing claims on videos that they have absolutely no connection to whatsoever, and it's a big mess. To this point, unfortunately, Google/YouTube seems to, well, they don't give a shit. They're still getting their cut of the ad revenue on each of these videos. They don't seem to care who's getting the other cut. If somebody wants to come in and claim it, go ahead, have a good time. Here's our system. In a month, maybe you can get your monetization back. And it's unfortunate that they've taken that attitude, because it's a very, very arrogant, obnoxious way that they've approached this to this point. Here's hoping they're going to make changes to that. Now, actually, I understand why YouTube put this in place. You have to understand they're trying to protect themselves from copyright law. It's just the execution is terrible, and I think what's infuriating people as much as anything else is their very arrogant, screw you type attitude towards the YouTubers, the content creators, who built YouTube into a multi-billion-dollar operation, and YouTube just looks at them like, oh, well, they look at us like, you know, the peons. If we're screwing up, well, too bad for you. We're still getting our cut, so who cares? So how do you protect yourself from this? Well, a lot of the copyright claims are coming from background music within these gaming videos. Most of the game makers, for the most part, they're all for you posting their content online. In the vast majority of instances, all it does is increase sales for them. It's free advertising. It's great advertising. And several of the big game makers have come out and said so. Said, listen, if you get a claim on our videos, let us know, because we're cool with it. We want you to post it. But background music in these videos, what happens is the game makers license this music. But in certain copyright licenses, the music is licensed for them to use in the game. It is not extended any further. What that means is the game maker can use that music, but as soon as you make a video of it with that music in the background, you're in violation of copyright law because you don't have the rights to that music, only the game maker did. And as weird as that is, that would be a difficult one to fight. They actually have that right. They can file that copyright claim and it will be upheld. If you have a concern about that, your best thing to do is, and I know it sucks, is to turn off the background music while you're creating a video. While you're posting a video, you can, you can put in your own background music. You can use some of YouTube's, whatever. But that is always good. That's a legitimate claim. And, for what we need is a strong database, and this will happen over time. People will put this up. We need to start finding a strong database of games that are safe as opposed to games that have issues with copyrights. But for right now, it's kind of just a big mosh pit and everybody's jumping on top of each other and nobody knows which way to go. As far as copyright law itself, back when I was doing strictly gaming videos, I have to admit, even I could see where posting things like trailers and stuff like that could lead to problems. Don't post trailers. That's all I can tell you. If you want to stay clean, don't post trailers. I saw one person when this all broke, and he was online complaining because he said, well, I posted a trailer to the game, but I put my own commentary over it. That doesn't make a rat's ass bit of difference. You can't just, if you post a trailer to a game, you run the risk of having a claim filed. That is their copyrighted material. It's not a gameplay. There's a good chance that they're not going to want you to do that. That, saying I put my own spin on it or I put my own commentary on it is just like saying, okay, whatever the most recent released big budget movie that came to DVD is, I'm going to make a video of it, but I can post the whole video on YouTube because I'm going to comment on the movie as it goes. Of course you can't. It's ridiculous. Playthroughs are always going to be a crapshoot. Again, that's why I never dabbled with them. In a playthrough, if you're just playing the game straight through, particularly if you go to the end, there's a good chance the game maker is not going to like you divulging their ending sequence. There's also a good chance they're not going to like having their cutscenes out there on YouTube. Those are things you got to remember. The story itself and the cutscenes, you're not having any impact on those with your gameplay. If you understand what I'm saying, when you demonstrate a cutscene, that's going to be the same for every gamer. You might be commentating over it differently than others, but it's the same visuals. Any copyright claim against that's going to be an easy one to uphold legally. Easy. The only place I can see there's a real gray area where the YouTubers might have a leg to stand on is if, for instance, let's take Call of Duty. If you're playing online against other players, that is that company's copyrighted material you're using. However, while you're playing, you are creating a separate incident. You are creating a separate series of events that only you will have created by your gameplay. Now, does that keep you safe from copyright claim? Who knows? You can make a case for it, though. Because what you've done there is you can use copyrighted materials in small portions. So someone could, in a legal incident, say, okay, there are literally just billions of different variations of this game once you get into multiplayer, because what I do determines how the game unfolds, so I made significant changes to it. Would it hold up? Who knows? But you'd have a shot at it. As far as trailers and playthroughs, no. If they want to file a copyright claim, you're toast. I don't know of any of the game companies that are even trying to file copyright claims against someone who's playing a multiplayer game. And like I say, they're having a direct impact on the gaming itself, outside of if there's background music playing and whoever owns the background music comes after you. So if you're going to do gaming videos, that would be my advice. Stick to multiplayer games. You can do the others. I'm just trying to tell you where your risk is the greatest. And if you do playthroughs, trailers, your risk is greatest. If you do online gameplay where you actually change the course of events within the game, that's where you probably got the safest opportunities. But again, there is always that threat of background music, and basically it's a mess. But those are your best bets. If you want to play them, I would play online multiplayer or any place where you can actually make a difference in how the game unfolds. That would be my advice. Is this all going to flesh out? I think it'll get better. I think it could come to a point at some point where and I could see this happening, where Google's going to face a class action suit because their system is so flawed. There are copyright claims coming in against videos that, of course, have no merit. And the problem is, if it takes a month for people to get that straightened out, that's a month worth of revenue they've lost. Now, for my videos, I'm small potatoes. If I lose a month of revenue on a video, what is it, $2? But you get big YouTubers, I mean, people with 1 million subscribers, if it's one of their popular videos, they could lose, thousands of dollars. I could see a class action suit coming saying, okay, Google is not taking the proper steps in protecting these copyright claims to where I'm losing revenue and it's unjustified, and Google's doing nothing to take care of that. Google's just saying, okay, if you want to file a copyright claim, have at it. You can have it. And if your copyright claim turns out to be unfounded, turns out to be totally ridiculous, well, that's okay. Nothing happens to you, but the person is still out whatever revenue came in for that video and the time that they had to fight that claim. So I think things like that might change how Google does business. To Google's credit, I mean, none of us are fans of Google lately. We all know that. But this is a relatively new system they're doing. Hopefully they're going to work on trying to get the kinks out of it. To this point, they haven't shown any reaction to even suggest that they care. So far, their reactions to it basically have been, we're still getting our cut, so you guys deal with it. Here, we sell advertising on this video. I think they take 45% or whatever it is. We're still getting our percentage. We don't care if we pay it to you or if we pay it to somebody who made an illegal claim against your video. Tough shit. That's basically what it's been so far. Hopefully their stance on that changes. And one can only imagine it will down the road, either by their techs working out a better system or by them being confronted legally. And that's the issue. How much money and how many lawyers does Google have as opposed to what do I have, or what does an individual gamer have? So it's going to have to be, you'd have to have a consortium of gamers, or of YouTubers, that got together and said, okay, we're filing a class action suit because of the way you're doing these things. That could happen. That would change things. Hopefully it will get cleaned up. That's basically how it stands right now. It's a mess. If you're going to do gaming videos, there's going to be risk. For instance, on our channel, the only gaming video I'm doing right now, I'm sure you guys have noticed, is I'm doing some of the silver dollar games, the indie games. First of all, I love indie games. Second of all, there's little chance of having issues with those because in the instance of the silver dollar games, the guys I enjoy, like we're doing shooting models right now. When I did some of their games in the past, one of the guys from Silver Dollars, there's two brothers that started the company, actually came and commented on the video thanking us for playing them and stuff. So I think that makes me pretty safe in knowing that, they're all for it. They understand that me doing a gameplay of their video can only increase sales. It can only be a good thing for them. But if you're going to do gaming videos, if you are doing gaming videos, it's tap dancing in a minefield right now. If you do get a copyright strike, read it through carefully. Okay, see who filed the copyright strike. If it sounds legit, if it's okay, this company wrote the music for that, the background music for that video. I have it in my video. Okay, they probably got me. Don't contest it. Don't get a strike against your channel. If it's bogus, if it's bullshit, which a lot of them are, contest it. At least let it go through the process. You won't get any monetization for a month or so while they work it out, but you'll get your video back. You'll get the monetization for it back. So as it stands right now, it's basically just a mess. That's my best advice. Don't do trailers by any means. playthroughs, you're going to be taking a risk. And hopefully, as time goes on, and I know there have already been some attempts made at it, people will start building databases online through experiences that gamers have had with YouTube, stating which ones are safe, which ones are unsafe, who's filing claims, who's not filing claims. As that database builds and becomes available, it'll help us all. And that's something that I feel certain is going to happen. As far as Google/YouTube making changes to the system to protect us, the YouTubers, that's something I hope will happen. Their initial response to this big mess isn't encouraging. Their initial response is like, So hopefully they'll have a change of heart in protecting us, either because they just realize it's the right thing to do, or because somebody challenges them legally on money they've lost because their system is so flawed. That's it. If you have any more questions, let me know in the comments, or send me, anything. If I have any knowledge of the situation, I'll be glad to help you with whatever I can. And soon we'll be going back to doing the fun videos again. Have some more stuff posted for you guys soon. Talk to you later. And he flaunted it right in front of me. He's like, "Here's my bowl. Here's my bowl. Here's my marijuana." And I said, "I will arrest you. I will give you a ticket." And he didn't even give a shit.
I know, it's like seriously, you're the law. They should, respect you.
Thank you so much, young man.
They don't just get off badges and cereal boxes.
Yes, you give me faith in the youth of America. Somebody understands. Buford T. Balls is the law. 'Cause ain't nobody want me to give them a ticket. And I will do it. Well, young man, you carry on. I name you official deputies. If anybody here gives you shit, you tell them that you are a deputy of the law of Buford T. Balls, and do you want to ticket?
All right, sir. I commend you. Have a nice day, you.
You boys too. Move along now. Nothing to see here.